What do I do? I just read it?
Yeah, just read it.
All right. This episode is brought to you by...
Oui, allô? Oui. Non. Mais non. Oh, non, 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 non.
The Truth Girls. The Truth Girls.
Hi everyone. I got a question for you. What do you get when you cross an H.P. Lovecraft fan with an engineering degree and a heavy dose of Brazilian jungle drugs? Well, obviously you get
The macabre concept of a euthanasia roller coaster that thrills you, then kills you.
As if people weren't scared of roller coasters enough as it is, this engineer, Euthanasia Rollercoaster, has come up with a roller coaster that will deprive your brain of oxygen so that by the end of the ride, you're toast. When I first heard about this, I was like, what kind of a sick, twisted person would invent something like this? It's like something out of, John Holdren or Ezekiel Emanuel's wet dream. It's like Silence of the Lambs meets Star Trek. So far, I think it's just a model, but this is how it would work.
They would put 24 people on this roller coaster, which would go up, then down, and then through these spirals, which is where your brain gets deprived of oxygen. So you go from looking like this, to this, half brain dead, to this, fully dead.
Like I said, it's basically a depopulationist wet dream. But it's not actually very practical because you have to load 24 people up on this roller coaster. A lot of people probably wouldn't want to die that way, I have a feeling. How do you get people to get on a roller coaster like this? Well, this is where the Brazilian jungle drugs come into the picture, because you're going to have to give them a good dose of scopolamine. Then they will be open to any suggestion, and you just put them on the roller coaster and send them into the afterlife. Also, a lot of people who are ready for euthanasia are pretty sick. So can you imagine taking all these old Alzheimer's and cancer patients and getting them on a roller coaster? I mean, that in and of itself might prove to be difficult from a logistics point of view. I seriously don't think that there's going to be a very high demand for this. I mean, this is really, like some kind of horror machine. But I was curious about the guy, Euthanasia Rollercoaster. And so I went to his website, and he actually has a few other inventions.
Like this thing, called the Emancipation Kit. It's a little thing you stick down your throat to help you barf.
Like a tool to make life easier for bulimics. The Emancipation Kit does not merely facilitate the act of vomiting. The equipment turns the ritual into the experiential and elegant spectacle. I really don't think that there's anything elegant about being slumped over a toilet, barfing your guts out. But, to each his own. He has another invention too. It's called the domestic earthquake generator, because there is certainly a shortage of domestic earthquakes. My house, it hasn't been rattling enough lately. I need something to make it shake. Maybe it's for people who used to live in LA and then recently moved to Milwaukee, and they just don't quite feel at home, just don't quite feel comfortable unless their furniture's hopping around by itself. The gizmo has its limitations. It attaches under a table, and then when you knock on the door, it somehow amplifies the reverberations to the point where it could throw a plant off the coffee table, or maybe send a chair skittering across the room. But it doesn't really give you that San Francisco whole house rattling, dishes falling, bottles smashing everywhere kind of feel. It's not entirely authentic, although it might be a good April Fool's joke. I don't think he's going to sell a lot of these. I guess Juliana's figured that, because he has another project if the earthquake generator doesn't catch on so well, or maybe if HARP is cornered the market. He's got another one. It's called Talking Doors. I get you on this one, man. I can see where you're coming from, because the problem with doors is they're really boring. They don't do anything. They open, they close, they don't say anything. They don't really do anything besides let you in and out of the room. It kind of sucks. So it's time that we took our doors to the next level. He's got doors that talk. Got the hospitable door that says, welcome. You have the rude door that says, don't let me hit you on the way out. He's got doors that hesitate, that don't quite close. I could see why there might be a need for that. He has a door also that counts people. That's great. Maybe all government buildings would have doors like that, or shopping centers. Doors that count are good. And he's even got the democratic door, the door that's open to democracy. Good. Good. I'm not sure really what it would do, but I like the sound of it. This article says Euthanasia has been involved in the field of amusement park development since childhood. Well, I can tell you, I would not want to ride on any contraption at any amusement park in which he is involved. Yeah, good luck getting another job at an amusement park, man, now that this is all out in the open, that you're making these contraptions in your backyard. So this is all very freaky that he invented a euthanasia roller coaster, but I think we need to keep it in perspective. I think that the guy is actually just an artist. A very weird artist, but basically an artist, and that this roller coaster is some kind of artistic statement, and I don't really think that anyone is going to use it. You know, if the government was making these things, then I'd be worried. But I gotta say, this probably tops the list of the weirdest inventions I've ever come across in my life. What's the weirdest invention you've ever come across besides the euthanasia roller coaster? Well, let me know, and thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.